G'day, everybody. So this is my one task for the day. I've still got the flu and been holed up for quite some time. Everyone's had different takes on this. It affects them different ways. But anyway, here we are. And this could be the new time slot for the tracker. We're currently, this should be about 5 o'clock in France and Europe, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Excuse me. In the UK, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in Punta del Este, and should be something similar going up through the States and everything as well. So we think this might be a better time slot. So we'll try it out for a while and see what happens, see what any surprises and stuff. So certainly the fleet is having a good time still here in Punta. Crikeys, they are sailing nuts. I've got to tell you, lots of powerboats come into the port over summer. You know, they come in from north and south because the people that own the boats have got apartments here and things like that. But their sailing side is really active as well. They're running a classic challenge now. They've got 25 beautiful classic boats and sailing conditions here, blue water. The whole shooting match is just fantastic. It was very spectacular. I didn't see it, but I saw the photos. Ada's actually here. Did a cool gallery. I might even share it just to give you a feel for how passionate they are about sailing here, which is quite, excuse me, quite cool. Anyway, so straight on to tracker, so you don't have to look at me coughing and spluttering and so on. Now I come across here. Okay, so you can see there now. It's all pretty nice sailing. Not a lot of heavy breeze. So I'll just see if this is picked up already to the current positions. Yes, it has. So this is current. You've got this low pressure system sitting to the north of them, and there's this band of very light wind in between. This is sort of like a high pressure system here, and there's a bit of a mishmash of ridges and pressures and so on. This is technically another low sort of thing, but it could be seen as part of this high as well. See here, this is a bit of a high sitting there. They're all colliding, doing all sorts. So the fleet generally is in the middle of this compression of various systems, and it'll affect different boats in different ways. You know, you can see here the wind direction on Penduic and so on. I'll pick that up one size and see if we can still see. Yeah, on Penduic and so on, very light, but it's coming from the northwest. Okay, so it's hooking around, certainly north, and translated got a northwesterly. Whereas Sterner over here has got an northeasterly. Outlaw and is that Outlaw and Eureka, I think it is. They've got a sort of a it's not quite a northerly, but it's changing around all over the place. So, and it's going to be very fluky going forward for the next few days. So you're going to see some winners and losers here with what's going on. So to start with, back of the pack, Explorer, they've slowed down a little bit. They were doing eight knots or something, 8 point something a few minutes ago. Now they're back to 7.1 knots, getting a bit soft, 172 mile day. So not too bad. Sterner got a little bit more breeze, but they're showing 6 knots and 149 mile day. So Explorer may have caught up a little bit. This is assuming this graphic is correct. It's probably that Sterner's probably got less breeze than it shows there at the moment. Although they did break their spinnaker pole, this, that, and the other, but that's not spinnaker weather. That's close reaching. So that's pretty cool. And then Eureka, 8.1 knots, 202 mile day, right alongside Outlaw, which is 7.9 knots, only 167 mile day. So Outlaw have lost out a little bit to Eureka, sailed down on top of them. And Galliano with Secure, 8.8 knots. That's still hooting along. They love this stuff. You know, they've got all their gear up, you know, their bloopers and staysails and all that sort of stuff. So, and their daily run, 194 mile day. White Shadow, 8 knots, 171 nautical mile day. The Spreader Keep, they'd be a bit forward of the beam on this one, and they're doing 7.8 knots, but 153 mile day. So they're all losing out a little bit. The Spirit of Helsinki, 9.1, 202 mile day. That's not too bad. Neptune, 79 mile day, and doing 8.4 knots, right next to Triana, doing 8.1 knots and 168 nautical mile day. So Triana's gone a bit soft on that. Maiden, 8.5 knots and 192 mile day. Penduic, 6.7 knots and 155 mile days. So they're softening up. These mid-fleet is catching up to the leaders here. But as I say, over the next couple of days, it's going to get very, very crazy. Not much consistency. They're going to get different weather each. Translated 8.6 knots and 173 mile day. So so the next few days are going to be really quite confusing. It's hard to pick up because they're in this area of instability between various systems. So if we start just pushing this forward now, and we'll see what's happening. You see Penduic up the front, and translated, they're going into very light winds. Maiden's got a bit more because if this graphic is correct, they're just a little bit above it, and they'll probably pick up a bit more distance on Penduic because they had a bit more breeze there. But then it's all starting to fall apart. You can see down the back here, Outlaw and Evrika running out of breeze. Explorer's got it right on the nose. The only thing that'll happen there, they should dip south, but then they're going to drive into nothing. So as it's coming right on the nose, they'll probably start tacking down here, and then they're going to run out of breeze as well. So L'Esprit de Quibe, you can see it's very much all over the place. Headwinds there, light headwinds, that's not too bad. Sea state should be down to nothing. Let's have a look here. There's still a bit of sea. There's still 3 meters or more there, so that's going to be interesting. 3 meters. We'll have a look at current. See here should be. That's interesting too. There is a bit of a current there, going all over the place, but not much up the top. So I don't think current's an issue, but certainly the sea state running light winds, that's going to make it flop around a bit. But it's going to be on the nose, so it's okay. It's okay, but very, not producing 200-mile days. That's the short story. So this is now coming up to two full days ahead. There we go. So there's 2 days ahead, and you've still got this inconsistent weather. Generally, light headwinds, but where may they be? So now, as soon as I hit this thing, we've lost. I can't go back with the weather, so I'm going to leave it at that. That's on 2 days. I'm going to hit the distance measure to try and work out where they're actually going to go. There's a problem on the tracker with this, so I won't be able to get it back now. So let's see here. They're probably going to do 150-mile days. So Penduic is going to be 300 miles in front in 2 days' time. They're going to be up here. So they should be rounding, and then they've got a southwester, so it looks like Penduic will be out of the woodwork by then. So the leaders may well get a boost. The first ones into this one here are going to sail away from the tail enders for sure. So if Maiden's there, if they're doing something like 300 or so, they might just be getting there, but if Outlaw is on there, they're doing 300, they're going to be stuffed. They're going to be fluffing around in this light one. So you may see a situation where the lead 3 or 4 boats could get into this flow here quicker than the others. The other interesting thing is that when we look at the fleet, we've been out for a long time now. It's coming up to 2.5 weeks, and the distances between the boats is bugger all. Okay, and I'll explain this way. So here's Maiden, course distance from behind here, only 80 miles. So Maiden is only 80 miles behind Penduic in a real sense, and translated is that's course situation probably about 20 miles behind. That's all. And even White Shadow, White Shadow is only 190 miles behind Penduic. They'll be happy about that. So you can see the fleet is still really close together. It's quite surprising. You've got Outlaw there. We say Outlaw on translated, 226 miles. So yeah, there's not a lot in it. And then you come down to Galliana with Secure on Penduic. Okay, that's fair enough. Galliana's only 180 miles behind Penduic. So all very interesting stuff. Now this is the problem with this one. The only way to get out of that now is to go out and refresh the whole thing. We've asked them to have a look at that, but there is something wrong with the measuring tool. Anyway, that's okay. So we know what's going on with the weather for the next few days. And the line honours, touch and go. So translated is 20 minutes in front of Penduic for line honours. These are rough, quick. I just have a quick glance and do it. I don't actually calculate it. And Triana, 30 days, 18, a bit less than a day behind Penduic, and then there's Neptune, and they're all very close. So line honours in real terms is not a lot, and then even even crazier will be IRC. So IRC again, we've got Triana is 32 days, 7 hours. So then translated, Triana is a full day ahead of translated 9, which is second in IRC. So they've got a day up their sleeve. That's pretty impressive. Then Galiana with Secure is only 5 hours or so, 5 or 6 hours behind translated 9. So Galiana is doing really well. That's all that light to moderate broad reaching with all their bloody sort of reaching sales. They put up heaps of different sales. So I think that's part of the reason they're there. Neptune's doing pretty well, 34 days, 18, and that's only 3 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours ahead of White Shadow. So White Shadow's there, and then it's Evrika and Maiden's way down on their IRC, showing 35 days, 19. It's only 5 hours behind Evrika, but it's still their 7th, and Penduic is 8th on IRC, 36 days. So translated 9 is 33 days, 8 hours, 33, 4, 5, 6. So they've translated 9's got nearly 3 days ahead of Penduic on IRC at the moment. So some interesting stuff going on there. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I think we've got 2 days weather there. I'm going to come back here and see if there's any comments, see if there's anyone watching. There's a few people there. We'll see. And if I can push this back to the beginning, I think we've gone through everything. At 11 a.m. in Eastern USA. Yeah, it's sort of a daytime situation for nearly everyone, which is kind of cool. Just see how it works and see who gets into this. G'day, Jim, Block Island, Nigel. Hi, Don. Nigel here from the UK. You're sounding a little croaky. Yeah, it's all a bit. I've been in bed all the time. It's the usual deal. Muscle aches and pains, headaches, hot cold flashes. It's really good fun. Anyway, thank you. And we're a global solo challenge boat should be in the same area as American Woman Cold by Class 40 and around the Horn. Possible weather updates. Possible for OGR yachts. Yeah, they can talk to anyone that's out there, so if they get them on the blower, any other yachts out there, they can pass weather around. Steve, Don, until the tracker is fixed, there is a way to get out of the measurement function. Just click in the area adjacent. I can't upload a photo here, so we'll measure you the photo. Message you the photo. Cool, thanks for that. Yeah, I tried clicking everywhere, but I can't get it off. Anyway, that's cool. Thanks for that. Thanks everybody, and we'll try this time slot for a while, so a few people get used to it. We'll hopefully see what goes on. So there it is. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good day wherever you are. Beautiful day here.